Good day, everyone, and especially to Dr. Gleir Makabalang Ma'am, our professor, and of course to all my classmates. I hope you are all doing well today despite the extreme heat that we are experiencing right now. Let's all keep in mind to always drink enough of water to stay hydrated. Today, we'll be learning about the two classical leadership styles, which is the bureaucratic and cross-cultural leadership. Before we'll start my discussion, let me first introduce myself. I am Gleir Damo, and allow me to share this quote first before I will proceed with my discussion. So, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. This is a quote of John Quincy Adams. So his words remind us that true leadership extends beyond authority and control. So a leader motivates and uplifts those around them, encouraging growth, curiosity, and progress. So let us all aspire to be leaders who ignite inspiration and empower others to reach their fullest potential. So whatever you lead a team, a community, or simply yourself, your actions can inspire and uplift others. Let's begin digging. What is bureaucratic leadership? As we all know that leadership is a dynamic and essential aspect of any successful organization, but not all leadership styles can fit in all organizational goals. One of these styles that stand out from the rest is the bureaucratic leadership. So it is a style of leadership entails that the leader abides by a comprehensive chain of command, strictly instituted regulations and conformity of their followers. So the definition of bureaucratic leadership may come across as off-putting at first glance. However, many governing organizations have benefited from this framework of leadership. Leadership systems of a bureaucratic structure can be of significant advantages for some businesses that pivot on the framework of efficient management. So who is Maximilian Carl Emil Weber? He is the founding father of bureaucratic leadership. He is a German sociologist, historian, jurist, and political economist, has a strong hold over the defining factors of bureaucratic leadership. So he was confident about the positive impact of this leadership style in any organization. Aside from Weber, bureaucratic leadership is closely tied to the concept called McDonaldization. Aside from Weber, bureaucratic leadership is closely tied to the concept called McDonaldization. So the idea was of George Ritzer, who is an American sociologist way back 1993, when he published The McDonaldization of Society. In fact, Ritzer saw McDonaldization as the process of rationalization, which Weber linked to bureaucratic leadership. But indeed, Ritzer theorized that his concept is similar to Weber's, except that it fits the modern, globalized organizations better. So, Max Weber came up with his theory in response to the growing need for a more efficient system to run these entities, which had historically relied on favoritism. So, Weber's theory around bureaucratic leadership is based on his 6 core tenets. First is that hierarchy of authority. There is a chain of command which clearly defines rules and expectations for each level of authority. So bureaucratic leadership operates within a structured hierarchy. Each level of authority has clearly defined rules and expectations. So decision-making flows from the top down, ensuring a well-organized system. Second, division of labor or task specialization. So this leadership style focuses on putting the most appropriate person in a specific position. So this leadership style focuses on placing the most appropriate person in a specific position. So based on their skills, of course, and their expertise. So tasks are divided and assigned according to specialization. The third one, formal selection. So employees are hired, fired, and promoted based on their experience or their performance and adherence to the organization's regulations. So bureaucratic leaders adhere to established rules, predictability, which can enhance efficiency but may also lead to rigidity. Next is career orientation. Each employee has the opportunity for a long-term career. So they have to follow the rules and perform well. So bureaucratic leadership emphasizes objectivity and impartiality. Personal feelings or biases do not influence decisions. Instead, leaders follow established guidelines. Next is rules and regulations. The system requires a defined set of rules, regulations, and processes to maintain structure within the organization. So leaders are chosen based on their merit and qualifications rather than favoritism or personal connections. Of course, competence and expertise are valued. Last one is impersonality. The main focus is on the organization and its performance, not on an individual's contribution. So bureaucratic leaders rely on formal channels of communication. Now, what are the advantages of bureaucratic leadership? First is that it provides clearly defined rules, expectations, and responsibilities. So the bureaucratic leadership style institutes a set of rules and regulations that make up the whole protocol for all positions in the organization. Next, job security. Bureaucratic job profiles always entail the responsibility of the individual to comply with the set guidelines. If they abide by all the rules and deliver optimal performance, they have a high chance of a lustrous future in their career. Next is division of labor. Bureaucratic leadership style systems appoint a qualified official to an assigned role according to their specific expertise so they can perform their task properly. Next, encouragement of creativity. Bureaucratic management styles encourage and promote new and innovative ideas and strategies that enable effortless management. However, the space for creativity and innovation only lies in the hands of higher authority. Predictable leadership styles. Bureaucratic leadership style concentrates on the behavior of their customers and drives a strong results-centric approach. So therefore, there are no margins for errors because of its predictable structure. Next is history of previous glories. Looking back at previous projects that helped the organization achieve success is what helps a bureaucratic organization to continue their victories in a smooth and inexpensive manner. Last one, it improves scalability. Bureaucratic systems implements a multitude of solutions for increasing the size of the organization. Scalability also pushes for upward growth among organizations in the industry. Now let's move forward. What are the disadvantages of the bureaucratic leadership? First is that it has maximum efficiency can be problematic. Bureaucratically structured management systems responsibilities softens the employees' efforts to be more productive. Second, creative freedom only for higher authority. So since only the higher bureaucratic authorities are allowed to practice creativity and innovation, individuals at subordinate levels are left with routine administrative tasks. So this, in return, it prevents their imaginative freedom at the workplace. Third one, difficulty adapting to change. So bureaucratic officials find it difficult to adapt themselves to organizational change. This is largely due to the fact that they are accustomed to discipline or routine without any room for flexibility, which changes happen slowly, a blossom with maximum efficiency. However, a very stringent set of next lack of encouragement towards personal growth. Individuals employed in bureaucratic systems of management, of course, generally do not succeed in attaining their desired level of personal development. So this happens because they direct most of their efforts towards achieving the common goal of the organization. Next is inefficiency due to change of command. Employees find it difficult to devise new strategies to tackle problems due to the presence of the decision-making hierarchy. Lack of incentives. So bureaucratic systems do not reward their employees with incentives for good performance, which does not push them enough to work harder. Last one, downfall in efficiency. So bureaucratic leadership systems tend to hinder growth, especially in small-sized organizations and any budding companies. So now, what are some practical applications of bureaucratic leadership in educational administration in the Philippine settings? Well, it gives standardization of policies and procedures. So bureaucratic leadership can help establish standardized policies and procedures across the schools in the Philippines. So this ensures consistency in educational practices such as curriculum implementation, assessment methods, and disciplinary measures. Second, it provides efficient resource allocation. Bureaucratic leadership can aid in the efficient allocation of resources in the education system. By implementing clear guidelines and procedures, educational administrators can ensure that resources such as funding, facilities, and teaching materials are distributed fairly among schools. So this helps addresses disparities and promotes equitable access to, of course, quality education. Next is streamlined administrative processes. So bureaucratic leadership emphasizes the importance of clear rules, responsibilities, and hierarchical structures. In educational administration, this can lead to streamlined administrative processes such as enrollment, record keeping, staff management, and budgeting. Next, consistent enforcement of rules and regulations. Bureaucratic leadership can help maintain discipline and order within schools by ensuring consistent enforcement of rules and regulations. So clear guidance on student behavior, attendance policies, academic standards, and code of conduct can be established across all educational institutions. So this promotes a safe and focused learning environment. Next one is transparent decision making. So bureaucratic leadership emphasizes transparency in decision-making processes. Educational administrators can ensure that decisions regarding policies, resource allocation, hiring practices, and curriculum development are well documented and communicated to relevant stakeholders. The last one is that professional development opportunities. So bureaucratic leadership encourages professional opportunities for educators and administrators. So this leads to a more competent and effective teaching. So always remember that effective leaders create a positive learning environment that benefits students and contributes to the nation's progress. So that's all about bureaucratic leadership. Let's move forward to what is cross-cultural leadership. So it is a type of leadership that can keep individuals from different cultures together, direct them towards a common goal, and also enable them to reveal their individual talents. Workforce. And also, it is the capacity of a leader to accept others as they are, accept their culture, to be open-minded and flexible when making decisions. So in today's globalized world, effective leadership necessitates the ability to navigate diverse cultural landscape with subtlety and understanding. So who are the proponents of cross-cultural leadership? First is that Richard Branson. He is the founder of Virgin Group. is renowned for his inclusive leadership style that values diversity. He has consistently emphasized the importance of creating a diverse and inclusive work environment, believing that it spurs innovation and creativity. So Branson's approach to cross-cultural leadership involves encouraging open communication and, of course, fostering a culture where different perspectives are valued. So his leadership style is characterized by empathy and a genuine interest in the well-being of his employees, regardless of of course, their cultural background. Next one is Indra Nooyi, former CEO of the Corporation. He's a prime example of successful cross-cultural leadership, born in India and leading an American multinational corporation. So Noi's leadership style is marked by her ability to blend her cultural heritage with the Western corporate culture. So under Noi's leadership, the Pepsi Corporation thrived due to her focus on innovation and understanding of diverse customers' needs. So she effectively managed cultural differences within the organization, promoting a more inclusive and, of course, diverse workplace. Next is Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, has been a proponent of leadership that embraces diversity. So Scott's vision for Starbucks was not just about coffee, but about creating a third place between work and home where diversity is celebrated. So his leadership style involves actively promoting diversity and inclusion initiatives. So he's been vocal about social issues, demonstrating how a commitment to cultural diversity can be part of a company's core values. Next is Hiroshi Mikitani. He is the CEO of Rakuten, made a bold move in introducing English as the company's official language. This decision was part of his strategy to transform Rakuten into a truly global company. So Mikitani's leadership in promoting English was aimed at creating a more unified and efficient communication platform within the company. So this initiative helped in bridging cultural gaps and facilitated better collaboration among employees from different culture backgrounds. And now, let's move on to what are the advantages of cross-cultural leadership. In global perspective, cross-cultural leaders have a broader understanding of different cultures, customs, and traditions. So this enables them to develop a global perspective and make informed decisions that consider the cultural nuances of the various regions. Second, increase creativity and innovation. So when people from different cultures come together, they bring unique perspectives and experiences. Cross-cultural leaders can harness this diversity to foster creativity and innovation within their teams, leading to new ideas and solutions. Third one, enhance problem solving. Different cultures have different problem solving approaches. So by incorporating multiple perspectives, cross-cultural leaders can tackle complex challenges more effectively and find comprehensive solutions. Fourth one is that improve communication. Cross-cultural leaders understand the importance of effective communications across cultural boundaries. So they are skilled at bridging language barriers, adapting communication styles, and of course promoting open dialogue among team members. Last one is it increases cultural competence. So leading a diverse team requires cultural competence, which is the ability to understand, appreciate, and adapt to different cultural norms. Cross-cultural leaders develop this competence through their exposure to various cultures, enhancing their leadership styles. Now, what are the disadvantages of cross-cultural leadership? First is language barriers. communicating effectively in a multicultural environment can be challenging due to language differences. So misunderstandings may occur, leading to confusion or misinterpretation of instructions or expectations. Next, different work styles. Each culture has its own work style and approach to task. So this can sometimes lead to clashes or conflicts within the team if not managed properly by the cross-cultural leader. Third is cultural bias and stereotypes. Despite efforts to promote inclusivity, cultural biases and stereotypes can still exist within teams. Last one is decision-making challenges. So making decisions that satisfy the diverse needs and expectation of a multicultural team can be complex. Cross-cultural leaders must navigate cultural differences, values, and preferences to make inclusive decisions that considered everyone's perspectives. Now, what are the practical applications of cross-cultural leadership? First is understanding Filipino values. So, cross-cultural leaders recognize the significance of community, kinship, and collectivism in Filipino culture. They adapt their leadership approaches to align with these values. Next is language proficiency. Leaders who understand local languages such as Tagalog, Cebuano, or Ilocano can communicate more effectively with students, parents, and staff. Third is empowering teachers and staff. So it encourages continuous learning and provide opportunities for growth. Acknowledge teachers' expertise and contributions to the educational system. Community engagement. Work closely with local communities and neighborhood leaders, understand their needs and aspirations. Role modeling ethical behavior. So, it demonstrates ethical behavior, integrity, and commitment to service. So, Filipino leaders who embody these traits inspire trust. So, leaders who demonstrate integrity, commitment to service, and ethical conduct inspire trust and set positive examples. So, last one is the holistic education. It recognizes that education intends beyond academics. So, consider character development, values, and of course, life skills. That's all for my report about the two classical leadership style, which is the bureaucratic and the cross-cultural leadership. I hope you learned something from my report, and these are my references. Thank you for listening, and good day, everyone.